that those fully vaccinated in Ghana is not even up to 1 million.
And when we say fully vaccinated, we have had the double dose or the one short dose that takes care of the situation.
Yes. And when you come to the single dose, it's 2,220,092. So, David, it's serious. You may be fully vaccinated, but the chunk of the population is not vaccinated. So you are still susceptible to, contracting the virus. But just that your hospitalization level,
the herd immunity.
Exactly. When it comes to AstraZeneca, which dominated the headlines in Ghana, we've done the single dose is 2.3 million. But David, you see the interesting thing. It means that AstraZeneca is in short supply. So when you go to the second dose, only 600,000 people have gotten the double dose. So it means that I have about almost 1.7 million who've received the first shot, but they are waiting for the second shot, and it's not in supply because the Serum Institute of India, again, as I said, is not producing for covers to be able to distribute. When we come to the Russian one, the Sputnik V, we've done the single shot of 8,600. The people who've received both the first and second shot are 7,847. The Moderna, we've done 215,726. And then we look at the Moderna column. Only 3,543 have received the double dose. So it means that, again, you have about 212,000 who've not received the second shot of Moderna. When you come to the Pfizer, which 1.7 million just came, 47,173 have received the first shot, and only 170 people have received the second shot. So it means that the 1.7 were coming upstream, which was received on Monday, the 22nd of November 2021. It means that they will be able to get their second shot, and also a lot of people vaccinated. And that is the vaccine that will be targeted for the over 600,000 people in our various secondary schools. Now, when it comes to Johnson & Johnson, which is one-shot regime, it means that when you take it, you won't take any, there's no need for a second vaccination. That is 168,620. Now, David, this is Ghana's picture. So it tells you clearly, and with an active case count of over 600, we are not out of the woods yet.
Not at all.
And when you listen to the expert, this dawn around 4:30, I was listening to DW, and they were speaking to some experts from the CDC in America and other several institutions when it comes to the UK, and they were saying that one of the efficient ways, aside the vaccine, is mask wearing and social distancing. Don't attend unnecessary funerals. If you know you do not have vaccines, at least mask up. Now, when you come to the mandatory component of some of these issues, now, David, do you know that even in Germany, there are talks that they want to make the vaccination mandatory for at least soldiers? In France, there's also the talk about making vaccination compulsory for at least public sector workers. So Ghana is not the only one contemplating about making some of these vaccines mandatory, though by law and by my reading, I've not seen a country that has fully established that yet. But when you go to the EU, there are conversations about making some of these things mandatory, because people are quick to say that, it's only in Africa where you have high levels of superstition. Then when you go to Bulgaria and Croatia, their superstition outsees Africa. People are not taking the vaccines because of some of these narratives that were formed. The fake news in the system about vaccination, people collapsing and all that. So there's a lot of people not very okay with taking the vaccine. But when you even come to lockdown, do you know that a country like Austria has gone into full lockdown? Germany, for example, now is averaging 33,000 cases per day.
33,000
cases per day. And it's the most populous country when you go to the EU. Just Monday, 62 people died. And they border Austria. And I remember this vividly because when Ghana was going for the 2006 World Cup, that is where we trained and all that. They are into lockdown. Belgium, Croatia, Netherlands, there are huge protests in the country, but still the government are contemplating some sort of lockdowns and also mandatory, covered vaccination regime for its people. So, David, Ghana may be thinking toward the line of the East or the West, but I think that we must get to the point where at least we need to mandate some key people, at least the 600,000 public sector workers. Before you enter a government building to access a government facility, you need to show your vaccination card. Because, David, this is not just about politics or giving vaccine, but it's also about economy. Our economy, if we are not able to work and productivity show up, we will crash. Again, it's about freedom and liberties. Imagine, David, you are going for a show and they will tell you that if you don't have a card, don't enter. You'll be pained. So at least get the vaccine. And moreover, almost 3.4 million people have been vaccinated. The FDA, so far, the reports are saying that we are good to go. Personally, I have been vaccinated for we are getting to almost 6 months now. David have been vaccinated. We don't have any issues. So, David, this is where I will draw the curtains on my. All
right, so let's talk about Austria. I know that Austria, also intends to push through this mandate